You are listening to the Love and Money Show, and today I have a very special guest. Thank you for being on the show.
No, thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Okay, I'd like to start out by having you tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Chris Shields. I'm a entrepreneur from west suburb of Chicago, Maywood, Illinois. I own CJ's vending company, named after my son. I also have my own apparel line, 100 Grand. We sell t-shirts, jogging suits, the whole nine, hats, everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, what's your background?
Background, what do you mean?
Maybe education or where you're from or just whatever you want to share.
So I am a graduate, and it's funny because I was just looking at this memory today. I graduated from McKendree University. It's like right outside of St. Louis. It's on like the border of Illinois and Missouri. Maybe like 15 minutes from St. Louis. Graduate with my bachelor's in business administration. And when I got out of college, I jumped right into like the music scene.
Okay.
So I was doing music for maybe like 7 to 8 years. Music is a huge passion of mine. I love music. And that just kind of got me started in, the entrepreneurial spirit because I was doing everything independent. And I was really putting a lot of the things that I learned at McKendree as far as like marketing and promotion and all those different things to just promote myself and to build my brand up. 100 Grand has always been the name of my company. It was 100 Grand Entertainment at the time when I was doing music. And we were lightly doing merch back then. And it's something that I always wanted to jump back into. And then last year, 2021, was my first full year doing merchandise. We did over 50,000 in sales for year one. So I am like super duper grateful for that. Definitely looking forward to crushing all the goals for 2022. But McKendree University is where everything got started for me as far as like being an entrepreneur.
Okay. So you're a music lover, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What kind of music?
I listen to a little bit of everything, honestly. But some of my favorites are like Kendrick Lamar. He just dropped another amazing album. I like Kendrick. I'm a huge Nipsey fan. Rest in peace. I really dig R&B as well. I like Lucky Day, Her. I listen to everything. My music palette is all across the board.
Okay, Chris. So why did you choose the vending machine business?
So vending, I love telling this story. So during the pandemic, this was maybe, I think, March of, what was that, 2019, 2020, where, we started to have the shutdown. And I'm an avid reader. I always read books. At the time, I was reading a book, The Millionaire Teacher, and it was really talking about stocks. And I don't know what it was, but something in the book just spoke to me about vending. I really don't know what, but something just told me to look into it. So this was before I had even finished the book. So I just started, Googling different things and just started looking up the vending industry and just trying to gather up more and more information about it. So for about 3 months, I just was studying just vending, just Googling. I had took a course from a young lady that I had found on Instagram. I took her course kind of after I had been studying for a while. And as I was just going through her course, like everything she was talking about, I had already knew because I had been, doing my Googles and, just doing a little research. So I said, okay, this is time. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to jump into it. And my first location was a location that I purchased. which means somebody had a machine at a location that was already up and running. It was already making money. And basically I just took it over. So it kind of like saved me the hassle of trying to find a location. I bought that first machine for $750,
Mhm.
took the location over, and I just kind of used it as, kind of like my tool to just learn, because I'm really hands-on. Like I learn way better just being able to do it myself. So after maybe a month or two, I said, okay, I'm ready to start, venturing out into other locations. And then I bought my second location. I bought it for $1,000. It was at a hotel, a Hilton hotel. So that was a bigger location than my first one. My first one was at like a heating and supply company. Second one at Hilton Hotel. So it was bigger, more traffic, more profit. It was just, I was able to see really what vending was able to do. And then I just started doing social media promotion, just letting people know that I had a vending company, that I was able to service locations, and I just started promoting myself, and then just the floodgates just opened, and I ended up accumulating 8 machines over about maybe like a 7-month period.
Wow.
And yeah, and vending, I tell everybody, vending was one of the best decisions I made as far as like being an entrepreneur. It opened up a lot of doors.
Okay. I was gonna ask you how much one cost. You said around 750 or 1,000.
So the price of the machines, they can range. So like I say, my first location I bought for $750, and it was a used machine. All of my machines have been used or refurbished. I haven't purchased a brand new machine yet, because just for me, I feel like, and I tell this to a lot of people. I wrote an ebook, and I tell a lot of people who purchase the ebook, I always say, buy a used or refurbished machine first, because as sweet as vending sounds to some people, and it just sounds like it's just easy passive income, which in some instances it can be, but buy a used refurbished machine just to kind of get your feet wet and learn the industry, learn how to work a machine, learn how to work, all the buttons, how to set prices, and just to get a feel for things. And you can get a machine used or refurbished from anywhere between maybe $750 and maybe $1,100-$1,200. I haven't spent over $1,100 for a machine yet, and I haven't had any issues with any of my machines.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, where do you get the machines from? You said you took over one that was there already.
Yeah, so the location that I found that one on the app OfferUp. So it's just kind of like it's kind of like a Craigslist, and I think they merged with another app called Let Go. Um, so OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Marketplace. A lot of times you can find people on there who's selling locations and selling machines. So if you just go on any of one of those sites, type in vending machines, and it's just tons of them gonna pop up. You'll find machines, you'll find locations, you'll find everything that you need, and you'll see different price. And it could be, a little legwork, just going to different places, looking at machines, testing them out, making sure all the coils work, making sure your coin mechanism works, your bill acceptor works, just checking things out and make sure everything is, what it's advertised to be. But again, like I said, I haven't had any issues with any of my machines. I purchased all my machines that way, and it really truly has served me well.
Okay. So you said OfferUp, Let Go, or Facebook Marketplace?
Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist as well.
Okay.
Yep. And I do have it's a website, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I get it wrote down in my notes. But it has a place. It's a place online where you can purchase the brand new machines. But like I said, I haven't done it just yet. But I've kept it, just to the side, just in case of emergency.
Okay. And you recommend the used machines, you said, right?
Yeah, just because a lot of the places that I found that I've had like the brand new machines, they're all online, or you got to order it from, they're coming from New Jersey or Arizona. And for me, like I said, you want to be able to test the machine out, making sure everything is working. So I don't want to order a brand new machine, spend $3,000. It's coming from New Jersey. I got to pay for shipping, and then it get here, and then I got issues, or I got to try to send it back. It's just, that's a huge hassle that I don't want to deal with, that kind of hassle.
Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense, Chris. So,
Yeah.
so Chris, I'm gonna ask you about the money. How much money does one machine make?
Um, the profit you can make from one machine, it can vary.
Okay.
And it varies depending on the location. So when you're trying to find locations, it's a few things you want to look for, a few questions that you want to ask yourself. So I always tell people who trying to get in vending, everywhere you go is a possibility. So when I walk into different establishments, I'm always checking, okay, what are their hours of operation? How many employees do they have? Do they have a waiting room? If they have like a cafeteria, like I said, how many employees is it? What are the hours of operation? For places that got, customers coming in and out, what is the foot traffic like? What is the average foot traffic for a day? So when you kind of equate all of those things in a profit, you'll find like the Hilton Hotel. That was one of my best locations. That could do maybe $1,200 a month. I have one at Tricoci University, which is a hair and beauty school. That one does about $1,500 a month. I had a Costco warehouse. Costco warehouse, they had some weird hours. They were open from maybe like 5 or 6 in the morning, and they closed at like 3. It wasn't a whole lot of employees. That one was doing maybe like $800 a month. So it's kind of up and down, but you can find somewhere like a post office. Post office that's open 24 hours. They might have 5, 6 machines, and you could be doing $10,000 a month. So it all varies and depends on the location, hours, people. You know what I'm saying? But the profits are definitely there. They definitely there.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna ask you about your locations. Out of all your locations, which one is performing the best? Did you say the hotel or?
That's one of the best. But Tricoci Hair and Beauty School, the university,
Okay.
hands down, my best location. Yeah, hands down, the best location. And I actually have two Tricoci locations. And they kind of both in the same strip, but one's on one end and one's on the other. I have snack and drink machines in both of those. They are open from like 10 in the morning till like 4:30, and then they close, I think, for like an hour, and then they open back up for like their night classes from 5:30 to 9 o'clock. But when you think about why that one is performing the best, you got students in here all day long. They standing up, they doing hair, they in and out. And what do people do when you're busy like that? You just want something to snack on. Let me just grab something to drink real quick. So all day long, they back and forth in that machine. Even when I go to service the machine, it's like I can't even fill it up all the way, because while I'm in there trying to fill it up, here they come. Like they need something to drink, they need snacks. So, places like that, I would tell people, try to find locations like that where you got people who working constantly, they up, standing on their feet, traffic in and out. You got customers coming in. So that's hands down my best location.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna ask you about the mechanics. Like after you buy the machine, how do you get it into the location that you want?
So my like I said, my first two locations, machine was already there. So that was something I didn't even have to worry about. And then my next one was Costco. So Costco, that was a machine that I found on my own. A guy, this was during the pandemic. He had it placed somewhere. They closed down because that was at the start of COVID. Nobody knew what was going on. The place he had it at was closing down. He didn't want to take a complete loss, so he basically sold me a brand new machine for basically nothing. It was about like $400. So I just had a moving company. They came, picked it up, dropped it off at the Costco location, moved it. The machines I have at my Chicoshi University, I bought from a warehouse out of Lake Zurich. And they have machines of all kinds. They got delivery drivers. And they came when I purchased from them, they dropped it off and they got their delivery guys and they placed it. So it was really, really nothing on me, really just connecting the dots if I'm going to have to find a mover okay. or if I'm, purchasing, like I said, from that warehouse where they do the deliveries on their own.
Okay.
Yep.
Chris, when it comes down to servicing the machine, what is like your time commitment for this business?
Different locations require different time frames. Chicoshi being my best location, that could take me maybe an hour, maybe. But a lot of times it takes me an hour because, I do a lot to just show my appreciation for the students in that location. Sometimes like I may, when I refill the machines, I may place like dollars on certain bags of chips and kind of randomly place them throughout the machine just to, a small token. It's not a whole lot, but, just to show my appreciation, just to get back. So when I'm doing stuff like that, it may take a while. And I try to do those types of things every now and then. And, on like the holidays, on like Christmas, I may up it. I may put $20 on the bag and just, have like CJ's vending like thank you cards and just a little card to say thank you and Merry Christmas and stuff like that. So when I'm doing those types of things, it may take me a little while, but sometimes when I go in, they talking, they kind of giving me an update on what they want to see more of. Hey, we want to see more strawberry crush. Can you take root beer out? Or what about water? So when you kind of having those conversations, that kind of, changes the time frames. But I say hour is probably the most that I spend at a location. So you got to think about some people, they have routes where they have 24 machines. So if you had 24 machines, that could take a while. But a lot of times when people kind of have that many machines on a route, that's probably all that they're doing. They're probably not doing anything else. They're probably strictly focusing on vending. But I say an hour at tops would probably be the most for me.
Okay, Chris, do you teach people how to do this?
I have been somewhat of a mentor. Like I said, I created an ebook called A Wonderful Idea, Get Into Vending. And it kind of basically just breaks down the basics of getting into the vending industry. It talks about the LLCs and where to find machines, where to go find your products. It tells people about buying locations. I also provide machine purchase agreements. So like if you go purchase a machine from somebody, kind of got an agreement already made. I got a location contracts, because some locations, they want you to have a contract on file, some don't. Okay. So kind of, just putting certain things in place for people once they get started in the business where, hey, I kind of got all of the basics covered. I have a business plan laid out. Some places, they want you to have a business plan. What are the products you can provide? How much is it going to cost? How often will you come service? So I show all of those things in my ebook. So, when people purchase that ebook, they get their hands on all of those different little tips and tools. And I tell people all the time, when people purchase the ebook from me, they have a resource in me forever, because I really truly believe in just helping people and kind of showing people different ways to be able to create passive income streams, because I know what it did for me. So I definitely want to be able to help anybody else to open up those streams of income.
Okay, Chris. Do you like this business?
Oh, I love this business. I love this business. Like I said, vending opened up a lot of different doors for me as an entrepreneur. So when I started in the vending business, I had my machines. I started to promote so people knew that I was in the business. So what happened next was my inbox just went crazy. I got 150, 250 messages with people asking me, hey, how do I get in the vending industry? So I started to, try to tell as many people as I could. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is getting a little overwhelming. So then my wife and then one of my friends suggested, you should write an ebook. Because I wrote another book before. It was kind of like a self-help motivational book. And everybody always tell me you're so good with words. You should write an ebook and just, teach people how to do it. So at first I was like, I don't know if I got the time. So then I finally sat down, I wrote the ebook, put the ebook out. The ebook, I sold it for $30. And then, at times I would run different sales. I might have it for 15 one week, 20 another week, and just I did maybe almost $10,000 in sales on the ebook. So I'm like, okay, when the people go to my website, I kind of want them to have something else to find other than just the ebook. I want to have some merch. So then I started creating merch. I started creating shirts. So then I put the shirts out. The shirts started doing okay. And then I got this saying that I've been saying for maybe like 10 years. It's no complaints, all thanks. So I created a design. I put it on a crew neck. Started selling the crew necks. The merch just took off. It just went way beyond what I could have ever imagined. And then that opened up the avenue for the apparel. So I've always kind of been like a creative guy. I always loved to create. So then I just started creating more and more designs, and me just wanting to have some merch on the website turned into a whole apparel line. So like I stated earlier, now we got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got crew necks, we got jogging suits, we got dad hats, just got jackets, all these different things. And like I said, last year, my first full year of business, I did over $50,000 in sales. I never would have imagined that that's what I would have did, because I started out just wanting to have a couple different shirts just for people to purchase when they come on the website. And now it's done turned into a whole nother thing. So vending really has kind of been like, just like a snowball effect almost. And it's turning into all these other different avenues and different opportunities. So I love vending. Vending has been a total game changer for me.
Okay, Chris. This is the Love and Money show, so I'm gonna transition over to love. Now,
Okay.
but you already answered the question. But for the audience, are you single or married?
Married. Been married. Will be 3 years. July 21st.
Okay. Tell us one thing you learned about money and relationships that could help somebody else.
One thing I learned about money and relationships. Um, Money and relationships, I would say, when in a relationship and when it comes to dealing with money, um, you definitely want to have a level of transparency and communication when it comes to funds and spending. Me and my wife, she's a RN. She's also a nurse educator, and she's also an entrepreneur as well. She has her own t-shirt line. So we are very transparent with each other, just to keep each other in the know of, funds, money, what we're doing, where money is going. And we're always trying to find different ways to invest money and to continuously make money grow. And there's nothing better than having a partner who, when it comes to money, you two are like-minded, and you both kind of have the desire and the want to continue to build and make money work for you. Because me and my wife, we love to travel. We both have very expensive tastes. So just that level of transparency and the communication about money and what we're doing with money and what our goals are and making them clear, making them plain, it really helps us. And just the entrepreneurial spirit in both of us has truly blessed us and allowed us to kind of live a life that we have always dreamed about.
Okay, so transparency and communication, and then
Yes.
being with someone who has the desire to build.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Chris. Last question. What is your favorite book?
My favorite book, ooh, that's an easy one. My favorite book is the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Oh yeah, okay.
I love that book. That book changed my life. That book changed my life. Just reading that book. And as I was reading, you see so many parallels that can be drawn from what was happening back then in the late 50s, early 60s that kind of still taking place today. And just to see Malcolm and the level of discipline that he had towards the Nation of Islam, just his discipline, it was next level. And for me, I think discipline is everything. Like when we talking about money, love, it's a discipline that you have to have, I think, that allows those things to grow. Because if you're not disciplined, you can go invest and you can start a vending business or you can create an apparel line. And as soon as the money come in, if you're not disciplined, you're going to spend it and you're going to start putting it in all the wrong places. Instead of creating a plan for yourself, being disciplined and saying, hey, I have these goals. I know where I want to go. I know where I'm trying to go. All right, this money coming in. Hey, I did 50,000 in sales last year. Okay, let me reinvest this money back into the business. Okay, so now I got money going here, I got money going here, I got money going here, but it's all working for me and it's all coming back around. So now 50,000 in sales is going to help me reach 150 in 2022 or 200,000 in 2022. It's going to help me elevate the business. Or when it comes to love and relationships, hey, you may get women who, try to approach me. They may see a ring on my finger, still try to approach me. I could be unfaithful if I'm not a disciplined enough man to know, hey, I got something good at home. I know the vows that I took. I'm not going to cross these lines. I'm not going to, disrespect my marriage or disrespect my wife. I'm going to continue to be a disciplined man, a disciplined husband and father, and I'm going to do right for what I need to do for my family at home. So discipline, that was my biggest takeaway from the autobiography of Malcolm X, and definitely correlates to love and money.
That's beautiful. The autobiography of Malcolm X. I have to check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check that out.
Okay, Chris. So the last question, where can people find you if they want to contact you to learn more about the vending machine business, to get some apparel, and to check out your ebook?
You can find me on Instagram at 747 Shields, SHIELDS. The vending Instagram page is CJ's Vending LLC, CJS Vending LLC. And you can also find my apparel line on Instagram at 100 Grand Forever, 100 HUNDRED Grand Forever. The website is 100grandforever.com. I'm on Facebook as well under the name Chris Shields. So yeah, definitely reach out, and I would love to help as many people as I can learn about the vending industry. It's a total game changer, and a lot of people don't even think to really get into the vending industry, but it's a great passive income stream.
Okay, sounds good, Chris. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.